Suicide Network's calling me back. Hello?
Hello. This is Charlotte. I'm calling from the VA. I think I had tried to reach out to you earlier.
Charlotte?
Got disconnected.
Yeah, I thought you hung up. So I looked up this number.
Okay, yeah, no.
I looked at this number that says it's the Suicide Network.
No, this is the Veterans and Military Crisis Line. So I'm reaching
no, right,
out
yeah.
because,
So that this is the Suicide Crisis Line for veterans. That's what I'm telling you, right?
No, this is the Veterans and Military Crisis Line.
What's
so
the difference?
Individuals that are in crisis.
Okay,
we
so
do encompass suicide.
Okay, so who gave you my number, and why have y'all been calling me so much?
That's what I'm getting to. So the OAWP toll-free hotline stated that you left a message. I'm never going to give up, even if it means you putting a bullet in my head. And so they want.
No. Please roll back what you're saying to me. Okay, I want you to understand something very, very clearly. All right, write this. Please write this down. Denver, VA, abuse and torture. Go to YouTube, search for that, and watch the video. They have been abusing me for 9 years. Denver, VA, abuse and torture. Instead, so I'm running a social media campaign because it's a presidential election coming up. They've been abusing me for 9 years, and instead of helping me, they keep sending me to endless loops of suicide prevention. So, read what they told you I said again.
Okay, well, sir, I'm just basically a crisis responder.
No, I understand. I'm doing an investigation.
I'm not saying that that's what you said. I'm not,
I'm telling you right now, it did not say I was going to kill myself, did it? At all.
No, it did not.
It did not.
Any type of.
No. You need to listen.
Sir,
you need.
I'll go ahead and let you speak.
You need to let me listen. You need to listen to me. Okay. So you were given a phrase that doesn't say I'm going to kill myself at all, but you call me anyway to save my life. So just so you know, earlier this week, I received a call, and I've reported this to the police and the FBI already, that, let me be accurate about this. Let me pull it up. Where's it at? So Rock Landing Psychological Group. They called me. They had my number. They didn't know what my name was. They didn't know who gave them the number. But they are located in Virginia. Virginia's initials are VA. So I'm being passively, threatened. And instead of the government doing anything that they haven't done for 9 years, they keep doing this. Does my voice sound to you like I'm a person in crisis or suicidal? You do this for a living. Please answer that.
Yes, sir, I do.
You think? Why you think that?
Experience. Well, I would definitely say when it comes to, and I'm not saying that you are suicidal or not, but that's hearing your voice is definitely not going to be able to determine whether you're having those thoughts or not, and that's just my professional opinion. I'm just basically reaching out just to check on you based on the phrase that you said. I understand that you're not saying that you are suicidal, that you're going to harm yourself, but anytime any statements are made about firearms, about bullets, about anyone, being frustrated with the system, with VA.
No, you need to understand, this is a legal issue.
To follow up with those individuals.
This is a legal issue. This is a legal issue. I have told the VA for at least over a year now that I will never give up trying to get justice for what happened to me and what I know is happening to other veterans. You see, because instead of being reasonable people, they hear things and they just assume, oh, crisis, let's save them from themselves. But seriously,
So tell me, what is going on? Because remember, I'm just coming in this. I don't know
that video
what you've been
will
doing for 9 years. I don't
that
know.
video will
So are
explain
you doing
everything.
it just? Okay, go ahead, sir.
That video.
Here, while you're talking.
No, I'm saying that
What was
video. That video I gave you. That Denver VA abuse and torture. That will explain
Okay.
everything to you because it's the doctor confessing, and apparently, in government world, even a confession is not suitable. The problem, what we have, the veterans we have in the VA, is that whenever you call to complain about your abusers, the government, in its infinite wisdom, sends you to the clinic where the abuse happened, and then that clinic or hospital then calls you to investigate themselves. So Dr. Jeff Smith from the Denver VA is recorded when he called me to cover up his investigation that they let him do on himself. And he says in there that what they did was wrong, and if his unheartfelt apology wasn't good enough, that he could live with that. He can live with the fact that they destroyed my life. I'm a veteran of this country. I served my entire stint honorably, and I worked in engineering, and I'm disabled from not being able to sleep anymore because it started in the military. Instead of the VA trying to help me with my disability or anything else like that, this is what they do to me. Okay, so give me a second. I want to play something for you because I think this is important that you hear this.
Okay, what is it that you're?
This is one of the doctors who called me when I moved to Louisiana to try to get help there, and she is called. I'm trying to get her to send me to specialists to get my disability. So listen to what she says here in a second.
Okay.
No.
Mr. Jason.
I need you to hear this.
I understand that, but there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do.
But when I sent you,
You see, but right, but nobody ever wants to do.
What I can do.
Okay, you want to save my life, even though I told you I'm not in crisis.
Well, it's not about saving your life. I'm trying to.
You can't fix this.
Speak so I can let you know, but you keep interrupting me, and I'm trying to let you know what it is that I'm calling about, how I can assist, and basically just be transparent. But I'm not going to be able to do that if every time that I speak I'm interrupted.
Okay, I appreciate what you're saying to me, ma'am. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot help me for the VA continually to abuse me for 9 years. The VA cannot medicate out the abuse that they did to me. Do you know that when I was in Colorado in 2015, I did two things. I reported to the government, one, that after the news came out about Phoenix, Arizona, and veterans dying on secret lists that were written down on pieces of paper, I called them to let them know that the Denver VA was also doing that. They put me on one of those secret lists and other veterans, and I don't understand, but I also called to report, and I have documentation to prove that I said these things. It's just in their twisted language, that about the social media machine and the AI marketing that they were doing and how dangerous it was. Well, 9 years later, after countless kids have been paired with predators, our entire country has been turned upside down because of these things. And now the government is getting up in front of America, shaking their fingers excessively at the technology companies that are behind this. Well, when you let a young man start a social media network that goes around the entire planet, he has no experience. He dropped out of college. He's taking 0 classes on ethics because he's a young guy. He hasn't lived any life yet. He doesn't understand anything. You know, now he has a wife and a kid. So this comes in. Now he posts his pictures of himself with his child right after he returns home from being grilled by the government. So we live in a completely warped reality in this country. You have people running around throwing mud at each other, right? You know, the Democrats are standing up on their high horse right now, but back when Obama was in office and they were running their campaign, they were throwing mud right back and forth. They were being like school children on the playground, picking on each other, bullying each other. That's what they were doing, and now the entire country is doing that to each other. If you're not Republican, the Republicans attack you. If you're not Democrat, the Democrats attack you. If you're in the middle of the road, they both attack you. So I'm actually sane, ma'am. I'm not suicidal. Actually, I want to live a full, long life. But the VA poisoned me for years at heavy levels of mental health medications that people should not take if they don't need them. So those medications have caused me to have something called sexual dysfunction. And over the last couple of years, I've been finally getting myself off of those medications, and the VA has been involved, and I wanted to make sure the VA was involved in that so that when my mind would clear up and I would stop having, I would set something down in a room and forget about it, that would bother me, right? Because I have a very good mind. I remember things fairly well. You know, I'm human. There are psychological holes in all of our memories because that's just how it works.
Right.
You can have 50 people see something and take them individually into a room and ask them questions. They will all tell you something different because everybody is not capable of recording the entire situation and be able to recall it perfectly. The most reliable witnesses, the witnesses are the most unreliable source for things. I've had police tell me that. I've talked to police and they say, yeah, witnesses can't be relied on because they don't know what they saw, because they weren't paying attention until it happened, and what caused it had already happened, so they don't know, right?